This is gonna be a quick one. You know, I think in one of my recent videos on the chalkboard, I said like, have a bigger target and hit down the middle. But I rather go with consistency, power, and then placement. And you guys actually questioned me like, why do you prefer hitting down the middle when nothing's working? I saw this great clip on Instagram. One of my friends, Jonathan Stokey, he was the coach for, I believe, Duke, D1 men's team. Recently, I saw the video. He's like, you got to have a bigger target when nothing's working. You got to be consistent and hit down the middle. And like he said, one of his question was from his student was like, why do you want to hit down the middle? It's not good to hit down the middle. And you know what Jonathan said? He was like, you're not playing well. When you aim for the middle, you're hitting anywhere but the middle. You understand? That's why. Like, that's exactly what I was thinking too. Because the reason why you're aiming down the middle is because when you aim here or here, like you have a chance to miss because you're not on target. What he was trying to say was like, aim big down the middle here because you're not hitting where you want to hit to, and most of your shots are actually going to move it. You understand? You're not accurate anyways, so you're not going to be hitting this exact spot every time. So when you hit down the middle, you're actually hitting all over the place. So aim down the middle. That's what he was saying. And that's exactly what I was trying to say in that video. And that's why you want to hit with power down the middle and not think about placement, because your ball, you don't have control right now. And you're not playing that well. And nothing's going your way. You got to hit down big down the middle, at least add power, and it'll just go all over the place. And now when you feel like you have some control, then you start, narrowing down your target. Like, okay, I'm going to break the court into 3, and then I'll hit here one time, here one time. But like, don't like aim for like a small spot on the you're not gonna hit it there. And aim down the middle because you're gonna hit anywhere but middle.
Do you want to tie in the note right under that where it says tolerate imperfections to strive for perfection?
Oh man, that's a big topic though.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have time, but let me try to get into it. And if it goes too long, we'll do it again next week or at some other time. Tennis players are not perfect. I've seen all of a sudden like this thought popped up in my head. There's this top tennis player that was doing a TV show and showing how precise the guy was like on his serve. He took like an hour and a half to hit like a small spot on the court, and he was supposed to do it right away. But the thing is, they edited it out, and like it was an hour and a half, but it took quite long to actually hit it. But on the edited TV show, it made it look like he hit it in one time. But the thing is, like, it took so long to actually hit it. But anyways, perfect and imperfect. Like, what's the relationship between that in tennis? Because tennis is such a perfectionist game. But the thing is, like, you have to be okay with imperfection. You're always striving for perfection, but you have to be able to tolerate imperfection. And the thing is, like, going a little bit deeper, I guess, I'm trying to speak really fast because I don't have time. I have to go to my lesson. But so basically, let's say this is the perfect state, okay? Technically, this is the perfect state. And you're hitting amazing. This is 100%. But the thing is, in reality, you might be at 40, okay? Technically. So what I'm saying is like your swing and your swing. So you're striving for 100% when you're practicing, and even when you're playing matches, you are striving for 100%, but you have to be able to tolerate and be prepared for yourself to be imperfect, okay? Now, what does that mean? So what about the 60% here? What does that mean? It means you have to stay mentally tough and be okay with that 40%. So if you have imperfections on your technique, the way you cover that is your mentality. So basically, let's say this is an example. Let's say Federer, okay? Everybody says he's perfect, right? But I'm gonna say 10% off. Okay, he's right here. Okay, he's 90%. But he is. I love how he plays, but because it looks so fluid, you know. But let's say he's 90%. Okay, technically, like obviously, like maybe he doesn't think so, but for us, like he's almost perfect. So what that means is his mentality doesn't have to be that strong compared to other people. Now, Nadal, okay? I know people are gonna argue, but 100%, let's say Nadal is at 40%. But what he does is that fighting spirit and mentality covers for that 60%. So not everybody's equal, you know? And I know Federer did say, like on the podium, like he was speaking to, I think it was Dartmouth. He did say like, oh, you know, I worked so hard to get there, and you know, everybody said he was perfect, but he was not. But the thing is, like, he was more perfect than more people than not. So what I'm saying is, mentally, he didn't have to suffer through a lot of things that other players had to go through. When you're not playing as well, you still need to be mentally tough to stay in that match. Because I've seen recreational players, junior players saying like, I suck today. I can't play today. My shot's not working. Okay, find another way to stay in the match. You know, dogfight, whatever. Like that 60% is probably more important than the 40% that you're at right now. So don't just say like, oh, I don't feel like playing because my forehand's not working today. What? 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 Okay, I said this before, but even the top players, they're zoning and in the hot zone for 2 weeks or 14 days maximum out of the whole year, 365 days. And where does that leave, you know, the other days then? They're struggling. They're fighting to stay on the court. They're fighting to hide their weakness and their injuries. So next time you're out there, a shot doesn't work or something's not going your way, say, okay, it's not going my way. I'm just gonna find a way to, you know, claw myself back in, or make them struggle as much as they can. You understand? So it's not just about hitting great shots, but you have to be able to be mentally strong and cover for your flaws of your imperfections. What do you want me to say? That's it. Like I said everything. If you like it, subscribe, watch other videos. If you don't, just get out of here.